is going on, guys? What is going on? What y'all think about that intro?
The T-Rex arm, dude.
The little T-Rex arm going on.
That's actually a funny story. So I broke my arm completely in half at 16 years old, as you guys can see. There's a video on YouTube. If you're squeamish, go watch CORY's arm. Just look up CORYS arm, and it'll pop up. It's like one of the number 1 or 2 videos. But I was so drugged up that I actually took a tech deck skateboard and pretended that my broken arm was a ramp and was playing with it when the nurse came in. And that was definitely a throwback moment there. I don't ever want to relive that.
That is so awesome. Looky there. We got Andrew Carlisle checking in first. Andrew, what's going on, brother? He is going to drink some coffee in honor of CORY. We got E-Rock driving home. E-Rock, brother, if you can hear me, what's going on, man? Who else we got here? We got King Ginger or Lord Ginger. I give Josh a hard time. Josh, my buddy, man.
Of course.
So, have you had any interactions with this guy right here, CORY?
I don't believe so, and if I did, it's under a different screen name, and I don't recognize it.
When you get a chance, get onto TikTok and look up Glorious Beard.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any underscores, but he's big enough that it'll pop up. He'll pop up.
Very nice.
This dude right here is pretty funny. He's actually he's a pretty much a newcomer to what you would call like the Instagram beard community.
Wow.
But he's a super good dude.
Nice.
His TikTok is absolutely hilarious.
I'll have to check it out.
A little backstory. You're going to see a bunch of videos on there about bagged milk. So in Canada, you can buy a bag of milk.
Okay.
If you don't know that, so in Canada, milk will come in bags. And
wow.
Then you take the bag, you trim one corner off of it, and you put it in a pitcher, and you just pour it out. Like, it makes no sense, and it really threw Kyle off the first time.
Come to think of it, we actually had an incident back in high school. I think somebody threw a carton of milk and hit another student, and it hurt them, and they actually switched us over to bagged milk. You know, like the Capri Sun straws where you would poke up. We had a bag of milk, and you would poke it with a straw and drink it out of a Ziploc bag almost.
Dude, the irony here is unreal. So here's what Kyle does. He can't buy the Canadian bags of milk, right? So he puts milk in a Ziploc, and he plunges a straw through it just like that. Just like that.
Wow.
That is beautiful right there. That
Absolutely.
Is beautiful.
Random
Gabe, what's going on, brother? Who else do we got? Oh, there's the wife. I guess she's probably on her way back from picking up a swimming pool with my mom.
Okay. Picking up a swimming pool.
Yeah. It's one of them, not huge, but not tiny. I mean, it's got a pump and stuff. It's one of them kind of pools.
So
Billy
your wife
Rogers, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. How's it going, man?
Your wife is very strong to be able to pick up a swimming pool.
I'm sure somebody loaded it for him.
There you go.
We got Rob Brandon. Rob is my goodness,
What's up,
my
Rob?
chat. Rob is a good dude. That dude, he introduced me to a really, really good company here a while back, and they were literally in my backyard, like an hour away from me. I had no idea they existed. So shout out to Rob, and we got Clint in the building.
The captain.
The captain. We got a release with him next week.
Oh, nice.
So everybody get ready for that. We've got Pete White, which I knew Pete was going to be here. Pete, I don't know. I don't see it on here, but Pete should have a wrench by his name.
Man, Pete is a diehard supporter, man. He's one of those guys where it's like, I want to try your company, and I'm going to try it all. Like, you get those orders sometimes, and I'm just like, babe, did you just see the order we just got? She's like, yeah, Oh my gosh.
He is the guy that you want to memorize all your affiliate codes. Like, for sure.
For sure.
And then we've got Christos. I don't know if you know Christos or not, but Christos is actually from Greece.
Okay.
So if you ever get a funky order that is going to Utah, you will be like, this order just came from Greece, but it's going to Utah. I wonder why. So he orders all his packages to Redbeard Ryan C, and then
Okay.
Ryan puts him together one big giant box, so he saves a whole bunch on shipping.
That is awesome. Yeah, we
so.
actually I think my wife just enabled a couple of like international shipping options on our website.
Yeah.
We haven't been doing that for a while. We also don't have affiliate codes yet, but that is definitely something we've been researching and asking around, trying to get the best program, because we definitely want to have that. So
right. Steven, what's going on, brother? We got you know what? Tommy Robinette, I've seen you before, man. I don't know if you've been in here or not. I think you have, though. But if not, if this is your first time, welcome, brother. I'm glad to have you. Who else do we got here?
Rob Brandon, he just recently picked up my stuff, actually. So
nice. Rob, go ahead and, if you don't mind, tell me what you picked up, man. Tell me what scent you got. Countryside Russell. I love that name. I don't know why I like that name so much, but I love that name, Countryside Russell.
There you go.
Awesome. Nick H, what's going on, brother?
Taking me back to like NBA Jam, was it?
Yeah, right.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah. Ken, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Sober Chef, what's going on? And Tyson from Copper Johns, what is going on, brother? We got one more coming in, just a little bit late.
Wow, man.
You guys would be elite. Rex, what's going on, buddy? You know what? Rex has some of the best jokes. Him and Eric Kennedy, I would give him and Eric Kennedy they're giving each other a pretty good run for their money.
Yeah, this guy right here is hilarious.
As far as community jokes. Now, I'm the king of dad jokes, but they're the king of, like one-liners and stuff like that. So
yeah, I used to tell dad jokes too, and when I did, he would laugh.
That's a good one, dude. That is a good one. So, you know what? I just seen somebody else come in, and I think I missed them. Who was it? Oh, Michael Zarati. What's up, brother?
Man, your chat is hopping.
Yeah, hey, it's going good right now, man. It's going good. Guys, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
At any point, if any of you guys have any like serious questions for Corey or not serious questions, throw them out there, and we'll get them real quick. I'm going to show you guys something that just happened a few minutes before the stream. So if you'll check the bottom of the screen there, I have a discount code that's good for 15% with Weatherbeards, and that code will be active from now on. But the special thing about this is, I think Corey said we're going to do it until midnight.
For sure,
This code will actually work on the summer series.
Yes, sir. Our newest release, limited edition stuff that we've got here. You'll notice it on the website. Completely different labels. If you guys were not able to make it to the Dan C live stream where we did our launch, we did do a 15% off that night and haven't done it since then. So now's your chance. If you weren't there and you want to save a little bit of money on it, you can use that SB15. So
absolutely, guys. If you haven't, I don't even have the summer series. I do plan to try to get it, but most everybody knows my job situation right now. The plant closed down, so I'm trying not to order.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anything more than I just absolutely have to have, which there is a scent out of that I absolutely have to have, but I'm going to hold off as long as I can.
Yeah, Walt actually reached out to me before the stream while I was going to pick up my pizza for supper tonight, and he's like, man, I'm calling shenanigans. He's like, whatever kind of voodoo magic that you used on this campside citrus is nuts. He said, this is freaking crazy. So the campside citrus was actually kind of my take on an orange creamsicle type of scent, because I know that's really popular. Okay.
Yeah.
But we used like a bubbly soda orange, and then we spun the vanilla. Instead of doing vanilla, we did like a smoky marshmallow. So it still has that orange and that sweetness, but yeah, it's kind of different. That's the one I was just fixing to ask about right there. I was going to say, I know one of them has peach, but I couldn't remember the full name of it. I have learned that I absolutely love peach scents. Like, this one's a little bit different too. So right. So I probably have 3 scents that have peach in them. I might have 4. I'm not sure. You know how Anointed AK is? They drop hundreds of scents a year. So I know 2. I know 2 of them are from there, and then
I can't remember where the other one's from, but man, hey, listen, it doesn't matter where they're from. I absolutely love peach and nectarine, dude. Them are
nice.
them are two of my favorite fruit scents ever
Nice,
made.
yeah.
Ever
I haven't
made.
done anything with nectarine, but this apricot scent that we've got is definitely different. I don't see a whole lot of people working with apricot, so I wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, we got so many questions. You know, Gabe Caldwell says he's got Lakeside Lodge in the beard today. So that one quickly became a popular scent. Dan recommending that one on Monday. So how much coffee have I had today? I have had 2 cups. So yeah, I had one this morning and one about an hour or 2 ago. So
yeah. Hey, sure. Nick, brother. Hey, I absolutely appreciate that, brother. But you absolutely do not have to do that, man. You don't have to do that. Guys, I've got so much stuff. I would rather see. I mean, if you want to send somebody something, I'd rather go to somebody that doesn't have something. You know what I mean? You absolutely don't have to do that, brother. But the offer is 100% appreciated. Absolutely. What does Rob say about it? I got Peach Paradise. I was excited, then disappointed, then excited. It smelled peachy in bottle. Then the brown sugar made it dark in beard. Okay.
Very nice. Very nice.
I was excited and disappointed. Excited. That was good. That was
had me kind of like, what's he gonna say here?
Right. Hey, Walt, what's going on, buddy? So I know Walt is really liking. I think he got the sample pack. Now I don't know what full sizes he has, if any. Yeah. But I know Walt was really liking. He does. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Yeah. So I have
has picked up the Lakeside Lodge, the Timber Trail, and the Leathered Woods, I believe, all in combos. Okay. But he was one of the first ones to get that sample pack to do the release on the Bearded Regard.
Right.
Talk about that. So that was cool. Yeah.
So speaking of that, I know I wasn't one of the first, but I had the sample pack before a lot of people.
Yeah, you
Corey
were
was actually
the fourth. You were the
nice enough
person
to send that. I was fourth?
Yeah, I sent it to the 3 guys in the Regard, Nick, Casey, and Walt. And then about 3 days later, I was like, oh, yeah, it's his birthday. So I went ahead and sent you that out.
Yeah, so. that was awesome, man. That was, matter of fact, I've got it sitting. It's either right here or right there. It's right here somewhere, though. Dude, I've got so much stuff piled. Just so it's right on top of the camera, around the camera. Like, I've got so much stuff piled. But that dude right there, I'm actually wearing this right now.
Oh, okay.
That little dude right there.
Very nice, man.
Southbound. That, for me, that is king. And I'm going to be honest, I don't see how anybody could say that this ain't king of the new Weatherbeard lineup. But, hey, everybody's different. I get it.
Yeah, everybody's knows, man. That's what's so fun about doing craft shows is watching women who have really almost no idea what the difference between an oil balm or a butter is. So they're just completely relying on smell. And, man, it's just so interesting, like the way that people respond to things. One person will pick it up and go, ooh, and the next person picks it up and goes, ugh. And then they might be oohing over another scent. You're like, okay. You know, the customer's always right. Yeah. So, yeah.
Hey, Michael, dude, listen, so when I reached out to make my, or not reached out, what am I talking about? When I jumped on the website to make my full-size purchases after having the sample kit for, I think I had it for like 2 weeks, and then the drop happened. And so I was like, you know what? I got to grab some full-size stuff and some combos, you know. So I went with Southbound, and I went with Lakeside Lodge.
Super fresh, man.
And then just for good measure, I went with Rustic Ridge. My lighting is terrible right now. And Leathered Woods.
Okay.
And the stupid post office broke the lid on this one, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still so good though, man. I mean, and really, I have a hard time picking a favorite between these 4, but Southbound for me, dude, once I put it in, that freaking blackberry, oh, God, it's so nice. I don't even remember what else is in it. Blackberry, pecans, smooth sandalwood, rich amber, and crisp autumn leaves.
Yeah.
I don't pick out anything singularly except for the blackberry. Everything else, because blackberry is so unique. There's really nothing that, to me, ever gets mistaken for blackberry. Like when I pick blackberry out of a scent, I know what it is. For sure.
For sure.
It's kind of like bamboo. When bamboo is in a scent, I can pick it out like that.
Definitely.
It's
a really sharp note too. You get that as a top note. And that's what's so crazy about playing with fragrances is like, for instance, on the smoked cherry wood, or the smoked cherry, there is actually like twice as much cherry tobacco in it as anything else by volume as far as the fragrance blend. But the thing that you smell the most is the smoke, like right off the top, like, oh, it's smoke. And it's like, that one's only way down on the list actually and what's in there. So getting a balanced blend is really hard. You know what you want to work with, but you're trying to get a certain result. And it's like, man, getting these ratios is
look what Billy said.
He said, need a blackberry moonshine. Oh, it better be Georgia peach. There you go.
So I get Georgia's the peach state, but there is one town in Oklahoma, and the town is Porter, Oklahoma, and they grow these things called Porter peaches. And those are some of the most famous peaches in the world. They have a festival, everything peach, everything Porter peach, all made out of Porter peaches. And
I was seeing earlier, Mr. Sober Chef Eric said Palisade peaches, I think, are the best.
Oh, I've heard of them too. I've never had one, but I've heard a lot. I know I've heard a lot about that. Nick, we'll talk, brother. We'll talk. But yeah. Thank you, brother. That is absolutely amazing of you.
You guys are doing awesome, man. I'm just trying to keep up with this chat.
Dude, I'm having trouble keeping up with it right now, guys. Keep going for sure.
Loving the conversation, guys.
Apricot Oasis is my favorite of the trio. Okay.
Yeah, I've had a couple people. I think Mr. Smelly Turtle is an apricot fan as well.
I like apricot, yeah.
Yeah, and then I just had one of my buddies named Rodney. He said that he just got the whole trio in, and his wife immediately told him Campside Citrus is what you're wearing. So it's like, it's everybody's different, man. I love it.
There you go. What did I do with the chat? My goodness. That chat just jumped so big.
Everybody's fist bumping each other.
They are, ain't they?
Hey, what's up?
So yeah, you know what? I got to find that sample pack. What did I do with it? It's right here somewhere. Oh, there it is. So another thing that I think, in my opinion, doesn't get talked about enough is the soaps.
Okay, yeah.
So and now, guys, full disclosure, I haven't actually cracked either one of these open yet, but this right here, this is a great scent. This is amazing. Oh, it smells so good. But that dude right there, and you guys know, most of you, any of you guys that watch my videos, you know that I like mint. I'm totally fine with mint, peppermint, spearmint, whatever. I'm fine with it. I don't hate it. I don't even dislike it. But it's not my main thing, right? This right here is maybe my favorite mint scent out of any product ever. Possible.
Wow.
It's got to be the spearmint and the basil. I walk by and open this soap up all the time, probably 3 or 4 times a week, and I rub it on my hand a little bit like that just to kind of, and it makes the scent a little bit stronger right then and there. So this will be my next bar of soap that I open after the bar that I'm testing right now.
Nice.
That'll be the next thing that I open. And I'm really, really, really pumped about that one.
Yeah, so we've got a pretty limited amount of stock left in our soaps. And we have been working with another supplier. That is the only product that we're not manufacturing. But we found another supplier that makes beard bars as well as body bars. And I think we bought something like 200 sample soaps from these guys, like basically everything they made. And went through and just found a couple of really awesome fragrances. And I'm just excited to try out the beard bars as another option because we are working on finalizing our beard wash.
Right.
Which I'm thinking should be available within about the next month and a half.
Good.
Yeah, so we'll be able to release that Yeah, sometime probably late July, early August-ish. We're going to try to have that wrapped up. So,
okay. Josue, what's going on, buddy? I didn't say hi to you. I highlighted your comment a while ago, but I didn't say hi. Josue is an amazing, amazing craftsman.
Okay.
Which you've seen them cups, the big mug that he made me, and he made Gary one, and I think he's making some other people some also. Yeah, awesome craftsman.
Yeah, Josue. There's a Josue that pops into my chats every day. I don't know if that's the same one. I would assume it is.
I think that it is.
Yeah, he's been a big supporter of mine too. He just about pops in every time I go live, and he got that Lakeside Lodge as his first purchase. So
right. Bato, what's going on, brother? So a while ago, Andrew said, I'm waiting for someone to mention the magic scent. And I knew what he was talking about right away. And that's leathered woods. I already know. I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good one. You know what? Let's warm a little bit of that up. That's the one that came in with the USPS cracked the lid on me.
Oh, yeah. I need to send you out a replacement cap.
Nah, I've got several back there. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Every time,
I had that happen with Diablo Bearded. He had that happen with his butter. So the jar wasn't cracked, but they had cracked the plastic lid.
Cracked the daggum lid.
I just sent out a lid this morning because he's like, it's okay. I'll just wrap it up and wait for the lid to come here. So.
Yep. Billy said that's blasphemy. Guys, I'm sorry. I am behind on the comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll through and see if there is any questions for Corey in there.
I like that. I was just reading that comment myself.
Awesome, Andrew. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, brother.
For sure,
me and Andrew exchanged a couple of voice messages just a little bit ago. Guy. And hey, listen, the same goes for Andrew. If any of y'all haven't checked out his channel, now listen, his content's been a little slow here lately, but I hear that it might be making a comeback here pretty soon. So
I've been hearing the same thing. So oh man, I think Michael Zarate, man, he's been really reaching out to me and really bragging up our company. I appreciate that a lot for sure.
Well, I mean, so let me ask a question. Yeah. And I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask the question just so everybody that's in here, maybe somebody doesn't know, so they'll know. What caused you to, or what inspired the rebrand? Let's say it that way.
2020, the whole year, man. I had relied really heavily on selling through barbershops, gift shops, and craft shows. Very local vibe, local feel. And that's kind of the whole vibe that I had to my company, even as an online presence. It looked very locally made, very small batch. And I've been in this industry for 5 years, so I had the product nailed down, but we just never really spent a lot of time on having a label that covered all the information, that was crisp, clean, it popped, and, it was branded. And that was the main thing. I felt like we had a company, but we didn't have a brand. And what I mean by that is, okay, you make beard products, but who is it for? Who is your target customer? What kind of bearded guy are you trying to appeal to?
Right.
Because everybody finds their niche within the niche, and it sets you apart. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about is just hiking, backpacking, camping, the outdoors. There's just a big draw that I have to through hiking in particular. I really would like to hike something like the Appalachian Trail someday for Jimmy, because I said Appalachian one time and he's like, you don't even know how to say it. How are you going to hike it? So anyway, the Appalachian Trail. And I follow YouTubers all the time that hike pretty much for a living at this point. And I don't know. I think it's just so attractive to me because it is the polar opposite of everyday life. Being totally disconnected from everything, serenity, peace, and quiet, ability to reflect and think without all the distractions of modern life and just the fast-pacedness of social media. I don't know. And to be able to hike, over 2,000 miles is not something that anybody can just say, that's a really big life accomplishment. to take
Listen,
4 to 6 months and just hike every day,
I walk 2 to 3 miles every day, 2.5 to 3.
Yeah.
I wonder how much weight I could lose if I hike that.
Hey, man, I tell you what, it's pretty amazing. A lot of hikers, if you start following through hikers, they talk about getting their hiking legs. And what that is like a lot of people will start off on trail and they'll hike like 7 miles. That'll be their whole day. And then, you keep following them for about a week. Now they're covering 11 or 12 miles a day. And then next week they're covering 16 to 20 miles a day. They're pushing 25, 30-mile days and they feel great. It's just like your body just gets used to that rhythm because it's all you're doing.
Well, it's funny you say that. I used to be a meter reader for the gas company.
Meter reader.
And so what that consists of is just basic. I mean, you're walking up and down hills. There was a lot of routes that you could drive on, but after about a year there, I gained what I think was my hiking legs, and I think at first it didn't even dawn on me. And then one day there was this route that it covered probably 11 or 12 miles. You had to walk it fast, like you had to power walk. And you just get up there, get your numbers, and go, or else you wouldn't be done. You wouldn't be done by dark. And I got it done by like 3 o'clock one day, and I was like, "Holy crap!" And I got thinking, dude, my legs. I've got like chicken legs. I've got little skinny bird legs. And I was sitting there, and I pulled my leg up straight and kind of flexed it, and the muscles were bulging like Dave's neck. Right?
Like Dan C's calves, kind of.
Yeah, like Dan C calves, like on my thigh, like the muscle was just bulging like Vinny P's freaking arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I think I could walk a marathon. I don't think I could run it, but I think I can walk a marathon.
Yeah, one of the craziest things that I ever saw, man. The youngest person to ever complete the Appalachian Trail as of right now was a 7-year-old girl. And she hiked with her family. There's a whole YouTube documentary on it. You can look it up. They're just called The Family. That was their trail name. And this guy had 6 kids, all the way down to a 2-year-old that they literally took turns packing this kid in a backpack. And the whole family, all the way down to the 7-year-old girl. And she completed like 2,200 something miles that it was. It's crazy. Yeah. I'm like, wow. But these kids, like, they run marathons and stuff all the time. It's what they do as a family. That's, I guess, their way to bond. But it's so cool.
I get it. Yeah.
The only thing I run to is the bathroom. E-Rocks.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, we got bearded motivation in here.
The Lone Star crew. So I'm curious about this. Is this the West Texas Beard? No, that's not the West Texas Beard crew. Huh. I don't know if I'm. Okay. I for some reason that made me think the West Texas Beard Crew there for a second, but no, that's not the same channel. So yeah, welcome guys. Wiley, what's going on, brother?
I was reading that earlier. Mr. Irish and Bearded said he just received smoked cherry and it's definitely a favorite. Love to hear that, man. Love to hear that.
Irish, what's going on, brother? I forgot to say hi to you. And Bearded Billy. We got to talking about the hiking and stuff there, and I
get carried away in that, man. I just follow so many people, and I'm so fascinated by it. But yeah, I look forward to Mr. Chad Straza eventually getting a channel because he told me he was going to be reviewing a lot of hiking equipment.
Yeah,
so
I was actually
really
just
cool.
fixing to mention him. Yeah,
that's
Chad,
really
Chad
cool.
is really into that stuff. That's really cool. Yeah,
he's the one that like stumbles upon gaggles of Mises and cooks with chumming.
Did you see that post that?
I did, man. That was so funny.
I'm pretty sure that guy works for Beard Octane. I think.
Okay.
I think he works for Beard Octane Joe. Let me check my Instagram real quick.
That was so funny, though, dude. A gaggle of Mises.
A gaggle of Mises.
And what did he say? What was the third word you guys were talking about?
Hang on, and I'll tell you.
That was so funny, though. Y'all like, hey, we review beard products. We're not vocabulary teachers. Right.
Yeah, Rockweiler, chumming, and gaggles of Mises.
Rockweiler. Yeah, with a rock. Okay.
You know, here in Oklahoma, I've heard people call it Rockweiler. my entire life. And I didn't even know it was Rottweiler until I was probably 18 or 20, something like that. I thought it was really Rockweiler.
Yeah, so, I think it's just a way that kids maybe, I don't know, you just grow up saying it that way. But.
What are some non-bearded YouTubers and TikTok channels y'all follow? My favorite, one of my favorite TikTok channels is Billy_Brandy. And the other one is Moon Tell That. Moon Tell That is absolutely hilarious. It is a guy and his wife. I think she's Vietnamese. And she speaks English. She understands it, but she doesn't speak it really well. And some of the stuff that they say on there is absolutely hilarious. That's awesome. It is great. Cruz, what's up, brother?
Brother Cruz.
We mentioned Rottweilers and Cruz shows up.
He was getting it in at the gym earlier today, man. Putting me to shame. I need to get back in there. I need to get in there. He's like, what excuses you got, Corey? Look at me. He's like, I'm in here doing it. I was like, man, putting it on me, bro. Make me feel extra bad. Let's go.
So that 30-pound ball, I think that was a 30-pound, I think it's called a medicine ball, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Dude, he was just like tossing that thing over his shoulders, and I get 30 pounds, compared to, whatever. But man, if you do that a few times, I don't care who you are, it's going to start burning after a little bit. And I bet I sat there and watched him toss it 15 times over each shoulder,
He's definitely gaining a lot of strength. I see where Michael Zarati had a pretty big comment up there. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Again, dude, I really appreciate that.
You know what? I get this freaking thing that says connection is unstable, and I don't know why I keep getting that. Dude, I'm hardwired in with a Cat 8 cable. And I've got all kinds of internet speed. Like, I can check my speed right now, and it'll be, I don't know, it'll be at least 200 megabit speed, which is more than enough to stream on YouTube with 19 people watching. Like, that's way more than enough.
Yeah, for sure,
Like, my ping will be like 40, like 35 or 40. That's a pretty good ping, too.
That ain't bad.
It's not like gamer fast, but it should be more than fast enough for StreamYard and YouTube. I don't understand that.
Definitely. Nick, move the cows to the east of that. This brother, man, he's bugging. You should do workout.
Russ, you're totally fine, brother.
That'd be crazy. Andrew, that's definitely something I need to do, man. I've got time. Like you and I were talking before the show starts. I like to, I guess, like being a supply and demand based company, a lot of times you'll make batches and batches and batches, and then you're like, okay, I got it all labeled, I got it all, and I'm not just getting orders flying off the shelf. All right, I can chill back for just a minute, kind of take some days where I don't just put the, go to the grind, and take it easy for a couple days. But on those days, I need to be creative in some aspect, or getting.
Whoa. Guys, somebody throw me a thumbs up or something in the chat if y'all can still see me but not Corey, because that might be me. My internet might have just freaking died. I don't know. I feel like I'm still live, but I'm running the show, so StreamYard might throw me. Just leave me up there. So, yeah, somebody give me a thumbs up real quick, please, if y'all can still see me but not Corey. There he is. All right.
Pop back up, man. My phone literally just, boom, it just shut down everything, and I was on my home screen. Like, whoa. So,
you know luckily, what? That is it probably just timed you out. No biggie.
Yeah, no big deal. I think I got put in timeout. That's not my first time.
I asked everybody, I was like, is something, see, look, they say I keep buffering and everything.
That's crazy. It's like every now and then it'll just freeze. And then your audio is fine, and it'll catch up and everything, and then it'll freeze again. Now, it's not like Dave's internet bad or nothing, but
I don't understand what is the problem. Dude, that cable I have is a gaming cable. Like, it's supposed to be, and I'm looking at my modem or my router right now, and it's, everything appears to be right on it, dude. I don't know. It makes me so mad when that happens.
That is totally.
I can jump on an online game. And it's totally fine. Like, I don't I never lag. I never nothing. But then I get on this little, just a little live stream with between 20 and 40 people in it. And it's like, it's horrible.
Kyle says, I think it's a user error.
I'm sure it is. I'm almost certain it is. Aaron or Al or both. How's it going, fellas?
Some good dudes right there, man. Some good dudes.
I will say this, Nick. I have the. What's the difference in a router and a modem? Somebody tell me that the box that the cable plugs into. That
You're
one
is
from the
right
cable
guy
company.
here.
I don't have the like the really good one that you buy that's got all the antennas and crap sticking off of it. I don't have that.
Yeah. Make sure the circus cows are not chewing on the box.
You know what? I blame it on that also.
Hey, you know what? I don't know, man. Vato does his job.
I absolutely agree with that. So I've got another question.
Okay, cool.
What was the reasoning from going from a whipped to a poured butter? And as you're answering that, I will throw that up there.
It is just time consumption, man. That's really what it is. It's a lot of time. It involves a lot more cleanup instead of going directly from melted directly into the jar, chill it, cap it, you're done. With a whip, obviously, you are either dealing with some sort of a piping bag or you're dealing with mixers and a bowl that you're going to mix it in, and all this different stuff is added to it. So, and obviously, there's the obvious of it melting a large portion of the year. To me, butter's butter. When it's melted, it's all melted butter. And when you break it down in your hand, you're either getting, excuse me, I got a dry throat, but when you break it down in your hand, it's either good ingredients or it's not. Whether it's whipped or poured, it needs to be well balanced and blended prior to it being the finished product for it to really work in your beer, whipped or poured. So, I don't think if I took my blend right now, melted it down, chilled it, whipped it, put it in a jar, and had two totally different things, your beer is not going to feel different when you apply the product. It's going to break down differently in your hand.
Right.
For sure. But it's not going to make your beard feel any different. So to me, I don't know. It's fancy. It's cool. It's like, ooh, that sounds light and fluffy, and I like that. But performance-wise, as a maker, I just want to save as much time as I can, because time is money, and as your business grows, you get a lot less time.
Well, every Logan, what's going on, buddy? Tyson, what's up, man?
Check my emails. Yeah, I did. I'm on my phone, so if I pull up my email right now, it's gonna take me out of the stream or something. So
that's the southbound butter. I'll just pour it up. But look at that, guys.
This is extremely smooth. The only butter that I've ever personally used that is as creamy or smooth as what ours currently is the Old Chronic. So if anybody has ever had any that Chronic butter, it's so light, and you just swipe your finger on it and it disappears in your hand.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, I will say there are a couple of poured butters out there that I prefer over the Old Chronic, but
that's just the only thing I have to compare it to texture-wise. I don't have 50 companies worth of stuff like you guys do. I have maybe four to eight, somewhere in there, and then I have multiple products from each company. So
you know what? Consistency, and the feel in your hands wise, I can compare that to something and it be almost identical as far as just the jar look. Yeah. And when you break it down into your hands, and that is.
Oh, wow. Really?
Right there. Yep.
Okay.
Right here.
Nice. Yeah. We were struggling pretty bad in the testing phase. I worked with Dan about 5 or 6 different reformulations, and we just decided to take all the mango butter out and see what that did with just shea butter. And I think that with the shea nut oil being in it, really make for a creamy texture. So, but there's just so many good oils in this blend. I did a lot of research to be able to get the blend that I have. Something truly unique, something that I've never seen any other company putting together, you know.
Right.
So taking the super lights all the way to the super heavies, trying to come up with something as medium as we could. So
mango butter for my beard, it works really well, but I have to be very careful with mango butter, or I will have 30 or 40 hairs that I just jerk plumb out. You know what? Mango butter can be really tacky.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
almost feel like glue. When you're putting it in, like you almost feel like when you pull your hands away, your beard's going to stick to it, you know, and you're going to fluff your beard straight out.
And that was essentially the advice that Dan had given. He's like, the butter is great if you're going for a styling butter. If you want a heavy, tacky styling butter, that's one thing. But if you're going for a nighttime nourishment, something that's not going to snag and pull hair, you don't want that tack there at all.
Right.
So I was increasing oil ratios and decreasing mango and increasing shea and just trying to what's going to make this smooth, and then just taking all the mango out worked. So nothing against mango butter. Mango butter's not bad. I'm not dissing any company that uses it. My old whip used to have mango butter in it, and people loved it. Absolutely loved it. But it was very thick and dense, and it provided a little bit of a hold to it as well. So I wanted there to be a massive texture difference between our butter and our balm.
Right.
That was the main thing, because we do not use beeswax in our butters. And we always get that question at craft shows. What's the difference between a butter and a balm?
Right.
What was the scent that founded Weatherbeard, the scent that I perfected first? It was actually my old blend called Treebeard. That was my first blend, and it was pine, cedarwood, sandalwood, tea tree, and lavender. So
that don't actually sound bad, at all.
Yeah, it was really well blended. I definitely got more of that tea tree lavender as a top note. But a lot of people picked up pine first. But super fresh, light, clean, woodsy. The Timber Trail that we now have is the replacement to Treebeard. So that's another thing I'm sure a lot of you guys knew. You've seen my other shows that I've been on and talked about. But basically what we did is we took our previous branding, the fragrances that we were using in the previous branding, we used as a base for the new fragrances. So those fragrances are still there. They're just part of a new blend. So
that is a really cool way to hide the original sense within a rebrand. Because you're always, no matter what, you're always going to have somebody, and it could be a lot of people or it could be just one, but you're always going to have somebody that goes, dang, man, I sure missed that smoked cherry wood. You know, I like the new one, but I like the old one better. You know, you're always going to have that no matter what. And that's totally fine. And it's understandable. Yeah. But so to be able to hide each one, you know, in that scent that's really cool. Whether,
so
and if nobody ever even realizes it, hey, that's fine. You know it. You know, it's kind of that. Liam, what's going on, buddy?
We kept the names all very similar as well. So our Sweet Embers used to be our tobacco vanilla. It became Embered Nights. Yeah. So for people that like Sweet Embers, that was a gray label. The text was gray. They know to go back to gray. It's Embered, like Rustic Retreat became Rustic Ridge. So there's that familiarity. It still has that sandalwood bourbon note in it, but it's just layered with so many more things. So, that was kind of what we did. We wanted the people who had something they definitely loved when they saw the new branding to be like, okay, that must be the new version of the old one, you know. So Lakeside Lodge used to be Lion's Night Out. Still has that cool water cologne vibe in it, but it's layered in with some sage, some teak wood, some citrus.
So I will say, and this is me being totally honest, the Leather and Lumber, I think I still like it as much as Southbound.
Okay, yeah,
I liked it that much.
That was actually the scent that got Ken on his Leatherhead kick. It was the first leather he ever bought that he was like, wow, this is actually really good. And so
Dude, I can see that.
That started the ball rolling. So he was like, oh, I got to try everybody's leather now. So
that does not surprise me even a little bit, because I'm telling you, that leather and lumber scent, that was, it might even still be, that could still easily make my top 3 to my top 5 leather scents.
Nice.
Really easily. Michael Payton, what's going on, buddy? I hadn't seen you in a while, man.
Who knows, man? Maybe somewhere down the road we can do like a retro throwback. Make the scent, but put it in our new carrier blend or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Limited run. People be like, "Oh my gosh."
You know, I don't wear a lot of butter during the day. Yeah. When was it? It was probably, you know what? It was right when I got that order. So it was probably like 3 weeks ago. I had been doing something outside. You know, it's Oklahoma. It's hot. It's muggy. It's humid. It's just wet outside. I had come in from outside. I was sweaty. I was dirty, this, that, and everything else. I just jumped in the shower, and all I did was wash the beard and rinse the rest of my body, because I knew I was going to take a, I've had a Brio limb, and good eye limb I actually trimmed last night and lined up.
Wow.
Liam's got a good eye. Liam pays attention to stuff. So
he got his magnifying glass out.
So when I got out of the shower, I had not tried the butter yet. I think I'd had your stuff for like a day or two, and I had used the oil from the sample pack, and I had used some of the oil out of the big bottles. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to throw a little bit of butter in. And dude, even though for a poured butter, it went in. And after I got out, I had the butter in. I blow dried the beard, straightened it out, and dude, it styled. Even though, like I said, it's not a butter that's got hold. It's more of a nighttime butter, but it styled really, really, really well.
That comes from the oil blend. That was one of the ways that I was trying to describe my oil blend. Is kind of a styling oil. It almost has a little bit of a hold to it, because there are some of those heavier weight oils that are present, like castor, meadow foam, shea nut. Those are a little bit on the thicker viscosity.
On the thicker side,
yeah. So that's I think where you get that. And Abyssinian oil is just something that's special. It makes your beard feel full. I don't know what it is about it. If it's the uric acid, you'd have to ask Bearded Meb about it, but it definitely it makes your beard have this like full put together feel to it.
Well, I mean, I'm wearing it right now, and I mean, you can see, I mean, everything looks pretty good, which, you know, I did the trim last night, and my styling routine, I pretty much have that down. I mean, there's really no, you know, I've kind of, over the last 3 years, I've pretty much got all the guesswork out of it now. You know, I pretty much know what to do. So, you know, a combination of that and the oil. Like I said, I haven't had any problems at all with the oil blend or the butter blend. Listen, you guys know I'm not a big fan of grapeseed, but Corey's old blend, it wasn't my favorite by any means, but it also it was not bad. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it was it was the greatest thing ever, but it definitely wasn't the worst thing ever by a long shot. Like I've used so many oils that were so much worse.
A little over 70% or so of the old blend was not grapeseed. So like the avocado, castor, and almond is, that was more prevalent. So
well, that makes sense, because the higher the percentage of a grapeseed a blend has, usually the worse it is for me. And it's not that it harms my beard in any way. That's not the problem. It doesn't soak in right through there, and like up under a little bit. Now, not all the way down to like the Adam's apple, but the chin area, like imagine if I had a goatee. That's where it just don't soak in. Like it always feels oily and greasy right there when it's a high amount of grapeseed oil.
For sure.
I have actually found a few different companies here pretty recently, you know, since I've been doing reviews, that they contain grapeseed, but some of their blends they're pretty decent. You know, it's not by any means the worst thing I've ever used. So I'm actually pretty excited about that.
I think grapeseed really caught a bad rap more for the shelf life, because there's a lot of guys who were like, I have blends with grapeseed that feel awesome, in my beard. Right. So it's 6 to 1, half dozen the other. Everybody's got a different texture, skin type, hair type. But earlier, I'm just going to throw this out there. I think Billy Rogers, a while back, you were talking about YouTubers and stuff that you follow. For anybody interested out there, a hiking channel, Craig Adams, Kraig, and not a C, but Craig Adams, man, if you watch any of his hiking films, it's just phenomenal. The footage that he's able to get. And then there's a couple local guys here, started a channel about 3 years ago, and this is what they do full time now. They're called Adventure Archives. 3 guys from around Columbus, Ohio, and then one of their buddies that lives out in California, and they kind of fly in and go to places together. And one is Craig Adams is more of like a silent hiker type thing, where you're really just taking in the sounds of like crunching rocks and leaves and the trees and whatever's happening, birds. And then Adventure Archives is more of like a camaraderie. You're there for the whole experience of being with buddies and laughing and cutting up. So it's just cool. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to revisit that. It was on my mind earlier. For anybody out there.
It actually kind of seems like I believe I could find value in either way. The silent, listening to the sounds of the outdoors. Yeah. And I could also find value in, the friends just cutting up, carrying on, explaining what they're doing, telling you where they're at, stuff like that. I think I could find value in either one, really.
Yeah. I think that it's just 2 totally different aspects. Craig Adams is more of a solo hiker. Let's see. I'd shoot hiking videos, but I don't think I'd get many views going in the back. Let me put on. You should make a short video or something, like a reel, where you strap up in some hiking boots and everything, and then walk into the kitchen, and then take your boots off and kick back and eat. Made it.
That is amazing.
Put on a backpack and everything. Get like a water bladder. Yep. All right, let's go. Do some warm up stretches.
Get from the couch to the kitchen, and have to stop, get you a drink, and then make it to the.
look at like your Fitbit on your arm, measuring how many calories you burned. Let's go.
That is awesome. That is that's great. Actually, that is great. So I got another question. Actually, I'm just kind of coming up with stuff off the top of my head. What inspired you to do this? Now, I realize I don't have the sticker across the front. They weren't ready yet when I got this. But what? Yep. How come you do this in a tin with the? I mean, that's a really nice sample kit right there. What kind of inspired that?
I was actually speaking with my wife about wanting to do samples, but we didn't know how to package it, and she had actually come across survival tins. Is what those are called. It's a survival tin for people to bring, like an emergency whistle or a compass or some small stuff that you can bring with you while hiking, matches, things like that you might need. A little hand saw. Sometimes they do those like little finger saws. Just different stuff like that. First aid kit can be carried in it. And so since we're outdoor themed, we wanted to call it the Wilderness Survival Kit because it's not a survival kit. It's for your beard. It is for the health and survival of your beard in the harshest of elements, as we say. But once you're done using up your oils, you have that tin as a reusable, something that you can bring with you, when you travel. You can throw it in your DOP kit, your little bag, your toiletry bag. And you can bring things like fingernail clippers, or you could bring whatever you want to. Right. Band-Aids if you cut yourself. I don't know.
Band-Aids.
But, just stuff like that, or if you are a hiker or a camper, you have something that you can bring things in. Yep. We didn't want it to say beard care sample kit or like beard oil kit.
Right.
Because you're not always going to have beard oil in it. So
there you go. That's a great answer, actually. Pete, so that happened to me. That's happened to me twice. So I'm going to ask you this. What kind of bristles does it have? Does it have plastic bristles, or does it have boar's hair bristles? So I dropped a boar brush in the toilet one time, and I tossed it. Okay. The second time was my Kent comb. So I fished it out of there, and I covered it in alcohol and let it set for a little while, and then I scrubbed it with soap and hot water. So really, so Pete, I think you're totally fine, man. Just disinfect it really good. If the toilet's clean, flushed, all that, just disinfect it up, and you'll be good, man. Yeah, you'll be good.
Sure.
Ripken, what's up, buddy? I bet Ripken's been here the whole time. He just ain't said nothing.
So yeah, another thing about our sample kit, we do pack that crinkle paper in it with the green paper to make it look kind of like grass.
Right.
Which is just recyclable packaging with reusable. So that whole recycle reuse in the kit is pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's cool. Brian, what's going on, buddy? Let's see, what do we got here? Yeah, Billy, right?
Yeah, I see that, Pete. On the sample kit, how to reuse it for sure, man. You can come up with a ton of ways. You could keep it in the glove box of your car just to store loose change if that's your thing. Yep. I don't know, but I thought it was pretty cool. I actually consulted with Walt. Walt had a sample kit from another company, and I can't even think of the company right now. But they had the same style kit, and it came with samples in it. And he had the 10. But he only had my sample bottles. I actually sent them. I didn't even have the 10 when I first sent those out. So he took my bottles and laid them all in this 10. He's like, well, if you could find this 10, and he measured it out for me, like got the dimensions. He's like, well, look up these dimensions on a 10. And I found it. Sure enough, it was like a 7-ounce survival 10. And I'm like, cool.
Oh, wow.
Cool. I found it, and I knew that it would fit all my oils in it. So
yeah, right. So Kyle, scrolling at the bottom of the screen here, it's going to be Weatherbeard Supply.com. And you know what? I've got it typed wrong there. I'll be dang. Let me change that real quick for you guys.
Oh, you have Weatherbeard's Supply.
Weatherbeards. Yeah, I put 2 S's. That was totally
That's
my
all right.
fault there.
That's all right. Yeah, Weatherbeardsupply.com.
Well, so here's what everybody does, and I'm guilty of this too. They don't say Weatherbeard; they say Weatherbeards.
Yeah,
it just for some reason that rolls off the tongue easier.
Yep, Weatherbeard Supply Company is our name. But
Weatherbeard Supply.
I've been called Weatherbeards. I've been called Weathered Beards. I've been called Weathered and Beard. That was like my last craft show. I was spot number 52 on this like 80 vendor map, and it said Weathered and Beard, spot 52, and I'm like, they tried. It'll be all right.
What am I, a meteorologist selling beard products? I mean,
Weathered and Beard.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Hey, you know what, Gabe? I agree with that. I love that sticker right there, but I like. Where's that?
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we just actually got a new sticker that went out with all of our summer series. So if any of you guys pick up that summer series combo, we have a completely different envelope, thank you card, business card, sticker. The whole thing is all brand new that comes with every summer series order. And SB15 will save you guys 15% on any of those combos. It'll bring you down somewhere about $34. So this now, I don't know about the new sticker, but that's my favorite sticker right there. I have a weird obsession with carabiners. Okay. So every time I go into any kind of store and they have carabiners up there at the cash register as an impulse buy, I always grab like every color, and I'm sitting there looking at them, and half the time I buy one. I have absolutely no use for them. Absolutely no use. But I for some reason I have this. You could just click them all together and make like a chain link of carabiners.
And make like a chain of carabiners, yeah. Yeah, like something like that. Like I said, I don't understand.
Like, well, you guys might have a sweet beard collection, but you ought to see what I got going on with my carabiner collection.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So here's something else.
Beards and Banjos said Weathered and Bearded would be a good YouTube channel name. That's cool.
Yeah.
Bearded Savage has never tried Weatherbeard. Well, today's a good day to try it, man.
Today is a good day.
Paycheck whenever. Today's Saturday, so maybe you got paid. But 15% off everything on the website with code SB15. That will work forever on mainline products. But tonight until midnight Eastern time, so we got 5 more hours. You can get the summer series combos and 15% off as well. So
Absolutely, absolutely, and that is awesome. Sober Chef, I am actually not sure about that. Only available.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for now, we wanted to start it off combo only because this is the first time we've ever done a limited run of anything. And we started off with, we're doing 100 oils and 100 butters. And we wanted to make sure that if we sold any of them, they're all moving at the same time. That way we don't have, 50 to 100 butters left over because everybody wanted the oil, or vice versa. I did have a friend of mine that reached out and was wondering if I would ever just sell a trio of the oils or just sell a trio of the butters or individually. And it is something I'm going to consider. It's also something that once we finish the season and we move into fall, what are we going to do with the summer series? Are we going to completely discontinue it? Are we going to ask the community and abroad what everybody's favorite fragrance was from the series and maybe keep one of them? I thought about doing that. I thought about maybe keeping the fan favorite from this summer until next summer and then discontinue it when we release our next summer series. Do the same thing with fall. Say, hey, what was your favorite fall fragrance? Carry that over till next fall and just put a separate section on the website where you could access those previous limiteds. That would just be available for the next year and make it not so limited. But
right.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Yep. Yeah,
yep.
That's, and I mean, I think either way you decide to go, I mean, it's, it's not going to be a like a make or break situation, but yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. So real quick, here's something that I have never seen before. Now, I've seen a version of this, but I haven't seen this, and this is really cool. So anytime you order a combo from Weatherbeards, you're going to get one of these right here, and they're with you. So when I opened my box, I was like, why did he send me a Capri Sun straw? There was like 4 of them in there, and I'm like, what in the world? So what was the thinking behind this little doodad right here, Corey? And if anybody doesn't know what this is, I'll show it to you. I'll open it and show it to you.
It is a wooden coffee stir stick that I got on Amazon, individually wrapped for sanitation purposes. But it's just for melted beard butters. So people, most of the time when they get a melted butter or a partially melted, they will do the incremental in the microwave 10 seconds and stuff until it melts. And then they'll need to stir it up with something and throw it into a cool area. And I was just thinking, like, why would they stir with, like, have to go get a toothpick from somewhere or use a fork or a knife or just some random something to stir it up with, Why not provide them with something? And then the little card that comes with it, it says, attention, your butter may be melted. If it is, that's what the stick's for. Stir it up, So, and it's something that can be recycled as well. It's another one of those things. It comes in a paper sleeve. It's a wooden stick. So that's why we did that. We wanted to be able to get people to set the butter up. And then I was a troll, and I was like, don't you know that those are lumber seeds? You can plant those and grow pallets. You can grow like 2x4s with it if you plant them and water them.
Dude, with the price of lumber right now, I wish that was true.
That'd be so funny. Like, well, with the rising prices in lumber, we wanted to send out some lumber seeds for everybody so you can grow your own lumber.
Look what E-Rock said. That makes perfect sense. So, all right, I got a question for the chat, and this is totally off subject, but who in here, and guys, please let me know, who in here has ever eaten at a restaurant called Jimmy's Egg? It's a breakfast and brunch place.
I never heard of that.
Anybody ever eaten at one, please let me know down below.
But I have eaten at a First Watch, and you will go broke eating breakfast there, man. It's insane.
So, Brian, that is a glass container.
Yeah, we switched from plastic to glass on the butters. It's, to me, no knock against plastic, but I feel like the weight in the hand, it just feels like you're getting something more. It's, I don't know, it's psychological. It's kind of like a little remote control car or anything that's like not supposed to have weight and it's got some weight to it. It just feels like there's more quality there when it's heavier.
So I'm assuming terps.
Oh, Terps
Changed his name?
McTavish.
I had no idea. Terps, what's up, buddy?
Capri Sun straw. That was fun.
Absolutely no idea that was Terps. That's awesome. That is awesome.
And that's another thing. It can be used in the microwave. You can heat up the glass and not worry about it caving in or melting. That was actually, I tried making poured butter in plastic, and I melted the plastic that I was pouring it into. Because you got to let the butter cool down to a certain temperature before it's okay to put in the plastic, or it warps it. And I don't know, there's no proof behind this, but if it's so hot that it can potentially melt the plastic, it could at least soften the plastic if it's hot enough. And I never wanted, any of the plastic residue or anything to be in my product. And not that companies that are doing it that way are having that issue, but just something I thought, why chance it?
So I had a butter, now not yours, but I had a butter come in the other day, and it was super grainy. I think it came kind of melted, so I think it was a problem with the heat outside. I don't think the company sent it that way. But I melted it down, and I actually cracked one of these open, and it actually worked perfect for that. Like, it was absolutely perfect. Nice. I had it in the toaster oven, and there was a little bit of, solidity left to it, and I scraped and stirred, and then just a second, it was melted back down. So yeah, it's I really, really enjoy that. I melt all my butters down. Well, not all. When I fix my butters, I do it for 1 hour at 175 in a toaster oven. So my toaster oven, when you set it to 175, it'll stay there for 1 hour and it automatically goes off. So I throw the butter in there without a lid, and I just leave it, and I come back 5, 6, 7 hours later, and it's always perfectly good.
Oh, you just leave it in there. You don't
just leave it in there. Let it cool off.
Not even a fridge or freezer or nothing. It just sets back at room temperature. Very nice.
Really good. Did we get a package?
Yeah, First Watch is overpriced, Eric. I took my wife out there. We just got
What is that?
First Watch is a breakfast brunch place. And man, I got 2 cups of coffee and 2 small skillet scrambles is what they called it. It was basically like an omelet that was all folded together. Potatoes and onions and peppers and tomatoes and all that stuff, all scrambled egg. It was $39 for me and my wife just to have a scrambled egg and a coffee. I mean, I didn't even get biscuits. I didn't have no gravy, no oatmeal, just that dish. And then, you're expected to tip. So, I mean, you're talking a $45 breakfast to get not even a gourmet cup of coffee or nothing. It was just a good old standard Folgers, really weak, watered down coffee. Don't get me wrong. Food's good. It's just not $45 breakfast food good.
So I have been.
You better be serving me steak and eggs or salmon or something if I'm paying $45.
Sure. So I've eaten one gourmet breakfast. There's this really nice restaurant at this big resort thing a couple hours away from here. It's in Sulphur, Oklahoma. Anyway. We had went there for dinner a couple of times over the years. My wife has a family that lives there. Well, one morning we got up and we wanted breakfast, and they was like, "Hey, let's go to the what's it called? The Artesian." It's called the Artesian. And she said, "Hey, let's go to the Artesian. They have really good breakfast." I said, "It's kind of expensive, but it's good." So we got down there, and I ordered all kinds of food. And I'm gonna tell you what, that was probably the best breakfast that I have ever eaten. They come out with these like the highlight of the whole breakfast was these pancakes, and they had juiced and what's that called when you scrape the skin off a lemon?
You grate it.
Zest. They use lemon zest and lemon juice in the pancake bag.
Oh wow!
Oh my god, dude! I could smell it when it hit the table. I'm like, lemon. Smell like, man, I gotta have a bite of that. I threw some butter and syrup on it, and I took a bite. Oh, dude, it was so good.
And that's where the idea for Lemon Delight came.
Yeah, and then they had, dude, their biscuits and everything was really, really nice. And but anyway, this morning we decided we've had this Jimmy's Egg for at least 10 years in the town that I used to work in, which it's the biggest town closest to me. It's like 17 miles away. Almer, what's up, buddy? So we drove over there. I've never been there ever. My wife has never been there, nothing. We go over there, and the parking lot is just full of cars. And I'm like, God, we're going to get in there and have to wait. It's a little old bitty thing. We got in there, and actually, dude, there was more seats in this place than I have ever seen. And we got in there, and, I mean, as soon as we walked through the door, the manager is greeting us, telling us to sit wherever we want. I thought it was a fast food chain. It's not. It's a real restaurant.
Okay.
And we went in there, and I got some kind of a skillet. And, I'm on a diet, but I did my cheat meal this morning. So you're talking the skillet comes out, and it's got biscuits, gravy, hash browns, eggs, bacon, sausage, onions, bell peppers, and mushrooms. All just a pile of it. And I'm like, ooh. And then I ordered a cinnamon roll. Well, my daughter ordered an omelet and a waffle. And, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, we was sitting there just eating off each other's plates. That was actually a pretty fire breakfast. Like I was thoroughly impressed with it.
Breakfast is, like Amrit said, that's my favorite meal of the day. I wake up and I'm just like, I could skip lunch, but give me a massive breakfast.
Yeah.
My wife's the total opposite. It is so like I can barely get her to eat one egg and half a piece of toast when she wakes up. It's just she just can't eat in the morning, and I'm like, man, I sleep for 8 or 10 hours or whatever. I'm starving when I get up.
So another thing they had, and I will be getting it next time, was a carnita skillet, a carnita queso skillet, and it was kind of what I just named, except it didn't have biscuit and gravy. Dude, it was like it was like pulled pork and bacon, and then hash browns, some kind of white queso cheese, all this other, but there was eggs in there. I mean, it was a skillet. You guys know what a skillet is.
Yeah, for sure. In the words of Jay Cruz, talk to me nice.
Right. So Kyle, check the bottom of the screen there, buddy, and that's the Carrier blend.
Oh wow, yeah. He's already got it scrolling. I didn't even read that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
absolutely.
It's a really, really well balanced blend. We started off with Abyssinian jojoba. Those are mediums, and then you have your hemp seed jojoba, hemp seed sunflower fractionated coconut. Reading it off the screen. Those are like super lightweight, fast absorbing. And then at the bottom of the list, we rounded it off with those Metafoam Shea and Castor, being a little bit heavier. What you end up with is, what we were going for is something that would absorb in quickly, be low on the comedogenic scale, so it'd be good for just about every beard type out there and every skin type. But there's enough thickness to it where it doesn't soak in and disappear on you. It actually leaves the hair softer throughout the day, which I think is everybody's goal, to have something that the scent lasts, the product lasts. It's a one and done type thing until you shower at night. That's really what you're going for. Some scent profiles, obviously, they smell great. They're just not going to perform like that. And then the Carrier blend is really what it boils down to. And I think having something that's a medium viscosity is going to be better for all beards across the board. Some people prefer thicker, prefer a thinner, but they can get by with using something that's slightly thicker or thinner. If they like thin, they're not going to use a thick oil, but they'll probably use a medium. So that it's perfect that you said that. I like a thin oil in the summertime. Yep.
And I like a medium in the winter, but I will wear a medium year round. When we cross the threshold into thick, we're talking the only companies that I've tried that I consider thick is Fable and Artius Man. Now,
I've heard
there's some other ones there that are flirting with what I personally consider thick. But I can still wear Fable. That Fable's not too thick for me. And honestly, Artius Man, I can wear Artius Man, but I can only wear it once, and then I have to go a couple of days with something else. I really like Dan C's idea that he had with them, where they made him a thinner blend. I really enjoy that. I wish the scents there were some more scents, but but yeah, no. So I am right there, kind of what you're talking about with the consistencies. Even though I have gray, I don't think I have enough of it to need a caster heavy product, because some of the best blends that work for me don't even contain caster. And actually some of the best blends that work the best for me are what I consider thin, maybe flirting with medium, but I still consider them a pretty thin oil. So,
okay.
You know what? Norseman works really, really well for me. Norseman has always worked really well for me. Yes, they are thick. I prefer them in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I think they are, to me, they're right on that threshold of being medium and thick. They're right there in the middle, right? I mean, if it was even slightly thicker, it would be a thick oil,
For sure.
In my opinion. That's just my opinion. But no, I really enjoy Norseman, E-Rock.
Yeah, Terry's awesome dude too.
Yes, yes. E-Rock is a big fan of Norseman. E-Rock is a big fan of Norseman.
I see that. That's awesome. But yeah, so E-Rock over here talking about blueberry pancakes, eggs, bacon, coffee. I was talking with Mr. McMahon here before the stream, and we were my wife and I were talking about maybe doing a camping series where we have something separate from our main line and our seasonals, where it would just be something that we might do like every other month, and feature something that you would encounter on a trail. Like if you had a maple bacon, blueberry pancake and coffee with like campfire smoke fragrance. A lot of people aren't into food scents, but some people might hear that and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, like let's rock that at nighttime. Let's rock that for me to chill with. But just doing things with like oatmeal or granola, peanut butter chocolate, raisins, just sweet and salty types of things. I think that'd be really a cool idea. So,
you know what? I got an idea. Guys in the chat, throw your ideas out there for these hiking scents, these trail scents.
That'd be really fun.
You never know, Corey might see something that really speaks to him.
Yeah.
You know how the chat is, dude. Anytime you get on a subject like this, somebody's always gonna throw something out there that you would never think of. It always happens.
Like our brother Aaron Rogers, he came into one of my lives one morning. It was like, I think that if you did a campfire smoke, s'mores, and bourbon blend, that would be phenomenal. And you guys might be seeing that right there.
Poor E-Rock
in the main lineup.
He can't do food scents. He can't do food scents. That's all right, brother.
Yeah, that's all right.
Look at there.
Maple
syrup sausage. Actually, that might not be that bad of a scent, dude. That really might not be.
Hey, man. I think, like right now, if anybody out there has my smoked cherry, I think Bearded Mason put this really well. He said, I think this is like a family outing, barbecue, holidays, July 4th, Memorial Days, when you're cooking in front of the smoker and you're cooking up your meats and stuff. Rocking a scent like this while you're out on the deck it just fits the occasion. And it's just, I want to have stuff like that,
Oh, God. I cannot get enough of this, dude. I can't.
Beards and Shenanigans. I do have a leather scent. It is called Leathered Woods, and it has leather, fresh cut sawdust, rustic barnwood, earthy moss, and musk. And it is the warmest, I guess. If I had to classify Leathered Woods, it is like a warm, almost like a warm, sweet, musky leather.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's very nice. Not quite as leather forward as my old leather and lumber, but it is definitely still leather in there. You pick it up right away.
And Kyle, if you were looking at any of the summer series, my discount code will work for the summer series also until midnight. And then after that, the summer series will be back up to full price. But SB15 is going to be the code, Kyle, and that'll be good. That'll be good forever. So, don't feel like you got to use it right now if you can't do it. But yeah, man, that Leathered Woods, Kyle, is really, really nice. Really, really nice. And also, Corey offers a very nice sample kit. Now, Kyle, I'll tell you this, Kyle will not use a beard oil that he doesn't have a butter for. He's not a mixer. Okay. So he's not a mix guy. That's totally fine. I get it. I totally get it. I used to be that way too. And I had so much stuff and I kind of started mixing. Anyway, that's beside the point. But Kyle, there is a sample kit there just to kind of help you get the feel for what scents that you might like, if that's something you would be interested in. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely something you could look into, brother.
And that 15% off will take you down to around just under $25 for the kit. It comes with 8 oils. You get about 1 1/3 ounce of total product. You get your reusable tin, and you can try them all. So it's been pretty cool, like getting that sample kit out into the wild there, and letting people try it. A lot of people that typically don't go for specific scent profiles, like maybe smoke or leather or a woodsy scent, or maybe even like a berry type of fragrance. They get the whole sample kit and they're like, that's actually not bad. Like I actually kind of like something that I would have never ordered had I not gotten the sample kit. I would have never just clicked and outright bought a $35 combo in that scent. But now that I tried the sample kit, I probably will. And that's happened multiple times.
It happened to me. I would have never, ever, ever bought Southbound over. I would have never, I'll say this again, I would have never chosen Southbound before I chose Leathered Woods.
Logan, that sounds really good. I guess that was on Collaboration Corner with Ferocious, because that sounds like something you guys would do. That's awesome.
So the smoked cherry, and the Leathered Woods, I would have never picked up Southbound over either one of them had I not have had that sample kit. Also, the Lakeside Lodge, I would have never grabbed that one before I grabbed them other two also. And I mean, you see what I did. So
yeah, he ended up getting the full sized.
Them sample kits, dude, I'm telling you right now, them sample kits equate to sales.
Yeah, that was a big reason why we did it. And I love how Russ said Corey enjoys putting the sample kits together. I hate it. I hate putting sample kits. But speaking of what is highlighted right now, Sober Chef Eric did get to try the Leathered Woods yesterday. He put in an order and got that in, did a little live unboxing. So glad about that. But I actually have a cinnamon sugar donut and coffee fragrance that I'm working on that I'm going to be blending with some blueberry. But it's always subject to change. If there's another idea, like that sounds so good. Madagascar vanilla, banana. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, that would make me drool. You don't see a lot of scents with banana in it. That's for sure.
I've got
cinnamon toast, man. A cinnamon roll fragrance.
Ooh. I've got one scent with banana in it. It's just a banana split. And then I know of one other one, maybe two, but I've only got one. So I wonder, this is something I've always wondered. I wonder if you took there's a fresh bread fragrance, right? So I wonder if you took that fresh bread and did the whole thing, the whole scent in that fresh bread, and then put literally one drop of smoked fragrance in there. I wonder if that would smell like toast.
Yeah, I bet you could honestly find tons of like French toast or just a toast fragrance, because they have everything. It is unbelievable. I start going on these fragrance search journeys and I'm like, oh my gosh, they make that. Like you guys, I literally have a fragrance that goes into my Timber Trail blend, and it's just called Mud. And I swear it straight up smells like you dug your hand into dirt and you're sniffing soil. It is phenomenal that they can do that.
Corey, remind me when we're not live. Remind me to tell you something about Mud fragrance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right on.
Everybody will eventually know. I just can't let everybody know yet.
Petrichor, man. That's a word that I learned. One of my buddies said that, and I never heard of that. And he said that's actually a smell that soil releases after the rain. And you can look it up, and they show it. It's like down on the dew level. Oils will actually come out of the soil and grass. That is called petrichor, and it is phenomenal scent.
That's actually cool.
Yeah, you'd have to look into it. Just like Google petrichor.
Wow, check that out. That's really cool right there. I have a cinnamon toast cologne. That is actually really neat. That's really neat.
One of my favorite colognes that I've ever worn. You can get a sample of it at Sephora. They do have it most of the time in like your standalone Sephoras, but they don't have it in like the JCPenney Sephora, the mini ones. But it's called By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. And it is a blend of like vanilla, hazelnut, and campfire smoke.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. It smells really good. That Dirt Road Therapy, there you go. But yeah, Churro body wash. Wow, this guy's all about some sweet cinnamon.
Yeah. See, I'm not a big cinnamon fan, but if it is in there, so I don't like when I'm not crazy about cinnamon apple or cinnamon pine. You know, like I'm just not crazy about that. Now, if you take and make like a cinnamon toast crunch, and you don't overdo the cinnamon. Now we're talking. I can get down with that.
Yeah.
No problem. You know, but man, just regular old cinnamon, especially if it's an essential. Oh God, it
cinnamon
hurts me.
essential. It's so sharp. It's just too much. It needs to be a note that is blended with something that's warm and sweet.
Right.
And then that really masks it. But yeah, Amrit, if you want to, man, I highly recommend. This has a lot of earthy, grassy cologne vibe to it. To me, this is our sharpest and strongest fragrance out of the new lineup. Like if you put it in, especially as a balm, the balm, man, I put it in one day and I was just still getting whiffs of it 3 or 4 hours later, just like I had just put it on. So it's one of those strong fragrances that just performs. What's up, Martin?
It's really nice. It really is. So, Amrit, absolutely check out Timber Trail, and also stay tuned. Make sure you catch all these Saturday episodes, because here, I'd say it's probably going to be at least a month, maybe a little longer. We'll have something for you. We will have something for you.
Beards and Shenanigans.
There it went again. He'll be right back, guys. I think his phone's just timing out. I swear I'm not booting him. You know what? I think Corey's. Hang on, let me guess real quick. I think his favorite scent is the cherry.
Man, it like kicked me out again. Literally, same thing. Just boom, it went to my home screen.
Balls are beautiful. What's up, brother Dagan? What's going on, Dagan?
That is a good assumption to make. It all depends on the day, but if I had to pick 3 personal my favorites from the main lineup, we're talking here. Smoked cherry is definitely one of them. That is a really good woodsy outdoor type of scent. It's got that cherry tobacco in it to kind of smooth it out, and the maple leaf gives it a crisp note. It's almost like a smoky cologne. You could rock this as a cologne. Another one of my favorites, hands down, bar none, Sierra Sunset. I love this.
That's a nice one.
It's lemon, orange, eucalyptus, bourbon, vanilla, and coconut. Very smooth, relaxing citrus. And if I had to pick a third, it would be a big toss-up between Southbound and Rustic Ridge. I like Rustic Ridge just because I like smooth, warm, woodsy types of fragrances, but I put Southbound in very frequently as a nighttime go-to. This is like a really warm, sweet, relaxing, fresh type of scent. And you could definitely use this as a daytime scent. There's no like certain time you have to wear it.
Right.
But I lean more towards Southbound and Sierra Sunset as my night times. And then I would wear something like Smoked Cherry during the day. Now, from the summer series, that's a tough one. I would definitely say Peach Paradise is more of a nighttime, summery type of scent for me. Very creamy, sweet. It's got a 7-Up pound cake fragrance in it. That's just so warm. And Campside Citrus would probably be my go-to daytime, which is a orange soda and toasted marshmallow.
Okay.
So
I can get that. So full disclosure here, I could easily trade any. Let's see here. I would easily trade Sierra Sunset for Lakeside Lodge, Rustic Ridge, or Leathered Woods, swap that out with one of them, and I would still be confident in my purchase. You know what I mean? Sierra Sunset really is a very, very good fragrance. Okay, so my reasoning behind picking these other three and not that one is I have a ton, like whenever I didn't like citrus scents when I first started out. And then I got a few citrus scents that were really freaking killer. And then I kind of went overboard on the citrus. Like everything that was citrus, I was ordering, right? So I really wanted to explore some of these other scents that I ordered over another citrus, but that doesn't mean that I think that these are better. I'm telling you, that Sierra Sunset, that could easily be in my top three.
That's always so hard, man. When people say, "What's your favorite scent?" and you literally created every one of them and put your seal of approval on it before you sent it to the public. I don't have a bad scent. There's not one that I'm like, I wouldn't wear that.
Right.
I wouldn't have made it and sold it if it was I probably would never wear that kind of fragrance. Yeah. But I do I cover all across the board: woodsy, cologne, fresh, smoky, spicy, citrus, bright, warm. You're all over the place. So yeah, every one of these are great in their own respect. But for like a go-to, I would definitely say smoked cherry is a go-to for me as a daily wear. It's just something about it. I feel like I obviously I don't think that any of them are not very well blended, but to me, smoked cherry is so well put together that you can literally pick up every note. And that's so hard to do. It's so hard to get your ratios right where you can pick up everything that you're reading. Like, wow.
Yep.
And I feel like that's the one that I kind of got it all right, and some of those other ones, you can smell a couple of the top notes and maybe on a dry down, you pick something else up. But yeah, I'm really just more of I like warm, relaxing fragrances. I like stuff that is good all the time. I don't really like over the top, bright, loud types of scents, which for me, I did offer it. Lakeside Lodge fits that bill. I could wear this during the daytime, but I wouldn't really want to put this on at nighttime. It's kind of sharp, bright. It's a lot, kind of like Timber Trail. Yeah. That's a daytime scent,
Okay.
For me, I like stuff that's warm. Southbound, Smoked Cherry, Sierra Sunset, Rustic Ridge. Those are all very warm, nice scents. And then the other side of the board, you get more of those punchy, strong fragrances with Embered Nights, Timber Trail, Leathered Woods, and Lakeside Lodge. I just feel like those are a little stronger. So,
yep. Suasana, what's up, buddy? I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that for sure.
For sure.
But I'm going to be honest, man. I think now this is my opinion, but I think all your scents are put together really, really, really well. I mean, very well. Dagan, thank you, brother. I bet you I did not tell Dagan my discount code, but no biggie.
Oh, thanks, brother. Yeah. I just got that come through.
If you wanted any of the summer scents, my discount code is even good for them until midnight. So, like you said, you've already made your purchase, but if you decide you want some of the summer line, the SB15 will work until midnight for that, and then after that they'll be regular priced again.
For sure.
Ryan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Long time no see, man. Long time no see.
Yeah, I feel you there, Josue, man. I've only got 8 fragrances, and they're mine. I got a couple other companies, but you guys have so many products.
That making a top list. So my next video is not actually a review. It is some of my top summer scents. Dude, so I went to my shelves and I started making laps of all my favorite summer scents. I didn't realize when I got them all in here and I was going to write down all the scent profiles of each one. And then, I memorized 2 or 3. and I'll do it, and then I'll do a jump cut in the video, and I'll memorize 2 or 3 more, say it. I had 33 or something like that, like 32 or 33 summer scents, and I'm like, I can't do that. I was like, I should do a top 5. I could not. I absolutely could not narrow it down to top 5, so I think I got 11 in there.
I was about to say, man, when you're dealing with summer fragrances, you're typically dealing with citrus.
Yes.
Of some kind. And it is so hard to smell a citrus scent and say, that's not pleasant. You know, like, how do I say this is not good?
Right.
You know, or not the best. And that's kind of how I feel.
E-Rock is not a big collector like a lot of us. And E-Rock is a cologne guy.
Oh, so, for sure. Yeah.
E-Rock he likes his cologne scent. So
Lakeside
I really
Lodge,
think
brother.
that
Lakeside Lodge is our cologne scent. If you like smoke, I would say that Smoke Cherry could double up as a smoky cologne vibe.
I think Southbound. I think E-Rock would like Southbound. I really do.
Okay, that's definitely different. That was like our curveball scent. You know, we have cologne, leather, tobacco, smoke, bourbon. You know, we check all the boxes for like, this is manly, you know, but then we're like, okay, let's do blackberry pecan. Like,
Terps, E-Rock is not on Instagram. E-Rock is not a social media guy. He is a YouTube only guy for the most part.
For Beards and Shenanigans there, we do not offer Beard Whip anymore.
Beard Whip,
right now, we are getting rid of all of our old blends and products at our gift shops. We're doing buy one, get one frees on everything just to move the stock because we've fully transitioned online into the new stuff, and we are anxiously awaiting to supply all of our gift shops and barbers with our new blend to get feedback on it. But we got to get rid of the old stuff before the supply of the new.
You know what? I have never had any of your Beard Whip. Okay, so I've never owned any of your Beard Whip, but I have used it.
Okay.
I have used it. So I had a friend. I don't think he really hangs out in the community anymore. He's also from Oklahoma, and me and him would meet up pretty regular, probably once or twice a month. And he would bring a bunch of products. I would give him stuff. He would give me stuff. Matter of fact, that's where I got leather and lumber from.
Okay.
Nice. And also smoked cherry.
Very
or
good.
Or smoked cherry wood.
Yeah, smoked cherry wood.
He brought, it was the whip for smoked cherry. You know, he didn't give me that, but he had an extra oil and he did give me the oil. But so I went in there real quick and I washed my beard while he was here. And I put that smoked cherry oil and whip in, and I really liked the texture of that whip. That was really, really nice.
Yeah,
really
it was unique. Nice. It was a whip, but it was very dense, thick whip. And that's just all in the process of how we make it. So I'm just so glad I'm not making it anymore.
Yeah. You know, I would love for you to make a run of that sometime, because I'd love to have one just to have it.
I'll send you one, man. I got a whole lot of them. It's just certain scents that I've got left.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing, man. I'm just getting low on them. So,
right.
Yeah, if you want.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't want to waste anything for sure. You know, yeah.
For sure.
No, I totally get it. Yep, I totally get it. Well, all right, guys, we've been on for close to 2 hours, and you guys know we keep it between 1 and 2 hours here. So.
Okay.
I know Corey's probably ready to go get him some pizza. He brought a pizza.
I got a pizza waiting on me.
I'm sure it's cold now, but so we will not keep Corey any longer, and I won't hold you guys any longer. So we will get ready to wrap it up. We'll catch these last 2 comments here. Yep.
Does Weatherbeard Supply Co.
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, go
here
check
it is
it out.
right here, Martin.
We actually have a drop down. You go to the shop button, hit the drop down, and you'll see sample kit. And you just click that listing, and bam, you can use SB15, save 15%.
Yep, there's your code right there, Martin.
Kit for $25. You get 8 oils, about 1 1/3 ounce total product. Get some cool stickers, a reusable tin. I mean, it's a great deal. So
it's a good deal. It is. It's a really good deal. It's a really good deal. All right, guys. So on that note, we are going to end it right here. We have a scent release for Captain Stash next week. I have a video, an old school shave video dropping tomorrow morning. And then Wednesday will be, so check this out real quick. What I'm calling my top 10, top 15, top 20, whatever, all my top videos are going to be called Mix Picks. Picks. So
I like it.
The next one, or the first one's going to be Mix Picks Summer Series. So
that's awesome.
Guys, be on the lookout for all that. And that'll be it, guys. We will catch you all next Saturday.
And if any of you guys need anything, DM me on Instagram.
Reach out.
I'll get back with
you.
Don't
forget the discount code. Just hit me up, and I will be happy to share it with you. We will see